Good morning. Happy Friday. It's been a hell of a month. My office, the building that my office is in, someone committed arson on the 2nd. My office and one of the attorneys I do work for, his office, were upstairs, and we haven't been able to get into our offices since the 2nd. So I can't get my files. I can't get my work laptop. I've had to jerry rig things from court filings on my personal laptop. Been a bit of a nightmare. And then Tuesday of last week, so not last Tuesday, but the Tuesday before, while I was at work, my wife called me and said that the kitchen was on fire at the house. So we've been living out of a hotel. Me and my wife and the kids have been living out of a hotel. And it's going to be like at least another month before the house is fixed. It's just been a month, man. It's just been a month. Anyway, enough about me. On a lighter note. So it looks like Lane Myers has done another ask for a call flood. For the 150 millionth time, call floods against judges do not work. You're not going to call the judge. You're going to call the judge's clerk. The judge isn't going to hear it. The judge is going to get pissed that you're calling his clerk. Now, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying, like, if the call flood actually generates calls, which I sincerely doubt Lane Myers' call, the call flood, is going to generate much, if any, traction. He put up my name, address, and phone number. No one has shown up, and the only person who called on that call flood was Lane Myers. So I'm not thinking that he's got nearly the traction he thinks he has. Call flooding the judge never works. Call flooding the DA probably won't work, and I'm going to tell you why. The DA wants to get reelected, and the DA is going to have their assistant DAs. I think Stiles is an assistant DA. She's not the actual elected district attorney. But the DA wants to get reelected, and the DA is going to make sure that crimes that the public wants prosecuted get prosecuted. And here's a little tidbit for all you Lane Myers supporters. Lane Myers is not popular. Your average Joe citizen doesn't want the wives of prosecutors getting targeted. The DA doesn't want the wives of prosecutors getting targeted. The associate DA doesn't want the wives or husbands of prosecutors getting targeted by public harassment and stalking campaigns. Lane Myers is an unpopular figure. Except for his own little curated space where like-minded people gather, he's a very unpopular figure. He does not have support in his area. There are no demonstrations being demonstrated in his favor. People aren't rioting, looting, and burning. Free Lane Myers. They're not doing that. This isn't going to work. And having a bunch of yokels who don't know their asshole from their elbow trying to tell the judge that Lane Myers' rights are being violated when the judge is the one who determines whether or not Lane Myers' rights are being violated is asinine. It's like you people telling the doctor, no, I disagree with your diagnosis. It's not leukemia, it's tuberculosis. On what basis do you say that? Because I feel that way. Oh, well, all right. People who don't know what the fuck they're talking about, trying to tell people who know what the fuck they're talking about that they're wrong is just absurd. I had a potential new client contacted me about a case. and she sent me a whole bunch of Chat GPT responses, and I could see the questions that she was asking. She was asking Chat GPT the wrong questions. And so Chat GPT wasn't feeding her the right responses. You have to be smart enough to know the right questions to ask. You have to be smart enough, educated enough, knowledgeable enough to know what to ask, where to look, what laws apply and don't apply. Chat GPT won't get you there. Your own knowledge, Lane Myers and Lane Myers fans, won't get you there. Lane Myers' $900 a month Westlaw subscription didn't get him there. His appeal, if he files one, won't get him there. It's just like you don't know the law. This Jason Jenson has filed an emergency motion. An emergency motion. It's an emergency. I don't even know what an emergency motion is. I know what like an ex parte motion is, which generally speaking is where you'd ask for emergency orders. But I don't know what an emergency motion is. But he filed an emergency motion. Essentially, it's a motion to reconsider. I think. He didn't call it a motion for reconsideration, but I think it's a motion for reconsideration. Because, he's not media. Okay. Like, you still can't record, dude. I'm not media. Yeah, but regardless, you can't record. Even if you were media, you couldn't record. There's no recording. It's a blanket. It didn't. When he addressed my motion, he didn't address it by my name. Okay, great. Congratulations. He still denied it. Like, this Jason Jenson is a character. He filed a Supreme Court case, apparently arising out of something that happened in Florida. And by filing a petition to the Supreme Court, that means he lost at every step of the way to get to the Supreme Court. And he lost at the Supreme Court level. Or at least they denied his petition, I'm assuming. Oh yeah, and I'm sick. So that's another fun thing I'm dealing with. Kids got me sick a little. They're on antibiotics. It's just, this is the song that never ends. Anyway. So in his petition for writ of certiorari, he alleges that he has, and this is him saying it, so I'm not diagnosing him. I'm just saying this is what he says he has: autism spectrum disorder, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia. If you're on Lane Myers' side, just remember that you're on the side with the autistics, the bipolars, and the schizophrenics. Those are the people who think that your case has merit. Those are the people who you're siding with. Not the lawyers. Not the judges. The autistic, bipolar, schizophrenics. I'm not saying that you are autistic or bipolar or a schizophrenic if you're on Lane Myers' side, but those are the people who are buying the bullshit that Lane Myers is selling and peddling their own similar bullshit. People who don't know shit from fuck about the law or how it works or how to get what you want, or even if you can get what you want, because that's a big deal. Like, there are things people want that there's just no provision in the law for them to get. There's no way to argue yourself into a win in this particular case because you don't have whatever it takes to get there. And even knowing if there's a possibility is kind of an art form, because you have to know all the elements you need to argue. You have to understand your facts and evidence well enough to know if you have the facts and evidence you need to support your particular position. Anyway, we still have a while to go on Myers. It's a sad day when all of your best content generation is either locked up or otherwise gone quiet. Who's that fat guy who danced with the burritos? Black something. I think his name was Ben. He made a name for himself by just playing other people's content. He was a character. He was fun. He has since bowed out. David Earl Warden. He was a character. He was fun. He's obviously out of action for a while. James Springer was fun. He's gone dark. His content also got less entertaining for me. It was just him screaming at cops and clerks and things like that. I don't really much care for that. Not a lot of content I could generate off that. Yeah, dude, you're wrong. Enjoy. Schrodinger's cat, that was fun. That got a lot of people's attention. Whenever I'd shit on Schrodinger's cat. You can't shit on him. He's our guy. Yeah, he's also a fucking retard. I'm going to get comments defending Schrodinger's cat just because I said that. Anyway, he was a fucking retard. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.